This episode of Mafia Family Ties is sponsored by Selena Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electric.
All right, we are back with a live episode of Mafia Family Ties. I have Sal Capaccio, the one and only, the people's host, the people's radio personality.
This is awesome, man. I mean, I was not able to make it last year. I think it was the second year, right?
Second year.
And I mean, coming here and seeing all these people and what you've put together with a lot of help from a lot of people I know is really impressive.
Awesome. Well, yeah, I will take a little bit of credit, but teeny tiny, because my role in this has been really mouthpiece. My wife has done an amazing job organizing the event. Awesome 26 Shirts team who has been implementing everything and adding their own stuff. It's just, we have an awesome team. So,
I know the feeling. I know behind both of us is a great woman.
Absolutely.
Making sure that we stay on track.
Yeah, absolutely. So we kind of go back a little bit, right?
Yeah.
I try to think of the first time that we ever interacted.
Was it when everything started with Stevie? Or was it before that?
No, I think, I mean, I was obviously aware of you before that, but I think the first time we ever interacted was when the whole Bills Mafia thing took off in 2011.
Yep.
You were awesome too, because you said, hey, I want to have you guys come on and talk about this Bills Mafia thing. And it was, I said, well, there's three of us. So
Yep.
that's a wrinkle, because I know, and you said, we can make this work. We were on was it like Ustream or Justin TV?
One or the other. They've changed over the years. So what's funny is I was really one of the first ever podcasters, Bills podcasters.
Yeah, you were.
And I started my Bills podcast in 2008 in Florida.
Yeah.
And no one knew what podcasting was at the time. And people made fun of it. That's where the whole, oh, you're just a guy in mom's basement came from.
Yeah.
Right? Like this guy in mom's basement, because right around then was Wedding Crashers, Mom, the Meatloaf, right?
yeah. Was it John Clayton, right?
Yeah, what's that?
Yeah, John Clayton, right?
Well, Clayton, I think he did a commercial in spoof of that.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Right? It was what's the guy from Saturday Night Live? Will Ferrell. Thank you.
There it is.
So anyway, true story. So I'm down in Florida, and I'm trying to get back into radio and way I can. I was teaching. And I read online about this podcasting thing. I'm like, what is podcasting? And this guy was starting this network. We have all these networks now from around the country. They have a Bills, a Bengals. And it said, you're starting this network called mysportsradio.com. So I sent him an email. He said, yeah, I'll make you my Bills guy. That's how it started. And that was on, and then that was audio. And I had a friend who said, I can put this on video for you. Use this site called Justin TV.
Yep.
Ustream.
Yeah, deep cut.
Yeah, and then right around there is when everything happened with Stevie.
Yeah.
And that's when it all blew up, and I was looking for guests.
Yeah.
And that's what happened.
So you had to scrape the bottom of the barrel, and you got these people from Twitter.
John Murphy was one of my first guests.
What's that?
John Murphy was one of my first guests.
That's awesome, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I was reaching out and getting some people. And then the whole Terrell Owens thing happened.
Yeah. So talk about that. I know a lot of people know that story, but a lot of people don't know that story.
Yeah.
So let's hear that.
March of 2009. It was actually the night of my 6th wedding anniversary. It was March 8th when it was happening. It might have been the day before, but either way. I'm down in Florida. I'm doing a little podcasting. I'm online, trying to make a name for myself. It's tough. I get a phone call. It's probably about 2, 3 in the afternoon. Person on the other end says, guess who's coming to dinner? I'm like, what? Said, I'm telling you, they're taking Terrell Owens out for dinner, and I think they're going to sign him. I can't tell you who told me this, right?
Oh, yeah, it's fine.
Sources have to remain anonymous after all these years. I'm like, come on, Sal, I think this is happening.
Take it to the bank, as he was telling you.
I said, all right, so now, here's what happened. I was coaching track. I had a track meet that night. I'm like, I'm going to go to this track meet. I'm going to let this sit. When I come home from the track meet, I'm going to call you, and you tell me if it's still on, or, because I didn't want to put it out there. Twitter was just in its infancy. I just started on Twitter. So I go to the track meet, I come home, it's 11 o'clock. Call. Yep, it's still on. Now I got a choice. If I put it out there and I'm wrong, I am done. Yeah. I am done in this industry before it starts. If I don't put it out there and it happens, I will regret it for the rest of my life.
Yeah. Good choice.
I don't want to live with regrets.
Yeah, good choice, man. Good choice. So
I put it out there. Do you know how many people on message boards and online made fun of me and said, "Oh no, this is it. You're done. This is no way he signed with the Bills. You're terrible. You just want to be a wannabe reporter." Like, that was happening.
Yeah, I'll bet.
Right?
Yeah. It gets ugly.
The next morning, I wake up to Pro Football Talk, NBC, Mike Florio.
I remember that whole day, yes.
He's like, Terrell Owens is going to sign with the Bills, and this guy in Florida who's in a podcast had it first.
That's fantastic.
That was amazing.
That's fantastic, dude. I remember my wife and I, so I was at a conference for work that couple days, and the last few days, like 3 or 4 days, the last couple days, Chrissy flew up, and we went out to dinner that night and everything, and so it was the day we were flying home. It was March 9th. We were flying home, and we were gonna have like a nice little day and everything, and like before we took off, and do you know how difficult it was to be engaged? like yes, I'm present with you right now. When like Terrell Owens is signing with the Buffalo Bills, I spent a lot of time on the phone with my father-in-law that day too. Like, T.O.'s gonna sign with the Bills, and so the whole day, I remember sitting in the airport, I just kept saying, I can't believe T.O. is gonna be a Buffalo Bill. It was so weird.
The other part about the story is, so I had applied at WGR like 2 years before that. Brad Ryder, who we all know, Brad was at WGR and they let him go. And I can say that because Brad's okay with, the comfortable the story. He's a friend of mine. And I had applied for his job. And they really liked me, but they said they don't have a full-time job for me at the time. So they didn't hire me. And I was really mad about that. And I'm like, well, you should tell me, like, if it's part-time, so what? Maybe I'll take it. Like, all right, well, stay in touch, and and who knows? So I was still trying to get back in. I really wanted a job and them to hire me and all that. So when all this was happening, the old program director in Buffalo at WGR, Andy Roth, who's no longer there, he calls me that night. I'm out. We are celebrating, my wife and I were celebrating our 6th wedding anniversary at the Immokalee Indian Casino. While this is happening, he calls me and says, "Congratulations, you were right, and you just broke the biggest sports story in Buffalo in decades." And I said, "Now you're gonna give me a job?" That's what I said.
That's good. You take that moment, you grab it, right?
Yeah, right. And that's really, and then really, and it grew from there. And it was amazing that happened. The reason why, a big reason T.O. came to Buffalo, Jim Overdorf, who used to be the main contract guy for the Bills, he's still in the organization, does a great job. Jim had and still has a great relationship with Drew Rosenhaus. Remember Willis McGahee?
Yep.
Drew Rosenhaus.
Yep.
Jim Overdorf was a big reason why a lot of those guys would sign with the Bills, and Jim deserves a lot of credit. He deserves a ton of credit for T.O. signing with the Bills because he had that relationship he built with Drew.
Yeah, the Bills have always had a good relationship with Drew Rosenhaus.
Yeah.
I guess now we know why.
That's right.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So it was kind of what launched me back into Buffalo, and then a couple years later, I said, all right, not full-time, but part-time, I'm doing it. I don't care. I'm coming up.
Well, you landed in a good place, it looks like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we met people like you, and that's what life is about. It's relationships, Del. And I give talks to kids who want to get into this industry. And I always tell them, I don't care what you want to do for a living. You can have a really cool job like I think I have. You could have a job that maybe you don't like as much, whatever. No matter what you do, though, build relationships.
Yes.
It's not transactional. Invest in people. It's why I'm here with you. It's why you're doing stuff with me. I don't ask you for something. You don't ask me for something. We just want to help each other.
Yeah,
That's
right.
what it's about.
Absolutely. There's so much to be said for collaboration and working with people and all that. So I could not agree more. It's
awesome.
Awesome. That's an imperfect segue into my next segment.
Okay.
So we're living in the past a little bit here, talking about the history of, Sal and T.O. and everything, but I still want to live in the past, but only a little bit. So let's talk about last season a little bit.
Yep.
So we all know how it ended, right? But there's a lot of cool moments that happened last year. And you have a unique perspective being the sideline reporter and everything. if you have to pick one moment that is the coolest moment, that can go from
Last season,
from training camp all the way to the AFC Championship.
Okay.
You know, because I know you see a lot of cool stuff in training camp, whether it's a Sammy Watkins catch or whatever it is. So I want to know your coolest moment from this past season.
Okay. It was a great moment for the Bills, but it was a super cool moment for me personally, which is why, because you could put back out a lot of them. I was the person who picked up the football that was dropped by the tight end, Ravens, Mark Andrews. Mark Andrews drops the pass right this far from me where you are. And, you know, you don't show emotion on the sidelines. That's not what you do.
That's
But
tough job.
everybody is going, like, no good. Like, it's what you do. It's kind of good. When I see it go, oh, it's good, no good. Like, I'm trying not to do that. It's not my job. It's not my role, and you want to get in trouble. But as soon as he does, I'm like, oh, no good. And I thought about it. I'm like, oh, crap. Did I do something wrong just by doing this? And then the ball's at my feet. I reach down. I give the official the football, and I thought to myself, the Bills are going to win this game.
Oh, my gosh.
Think about that.
Yeah.
I'm handing the ball to No. He doesn't have it. I have the ball, not Mark Andrews.
That's fantastic. I'm glad you had the ball and not Mark Andrews.
Right. Because it was in his hands.
That's amazing.
It was in his chest, and he
That's
dropped
awesome.
it, right?
Yeah.
I think that was one. And then I think just the Sunday night game against San Francisco and the snow. I have a friend who has one of the most unique skills you'll ever hear of in your life. And he's kind of made a bit of a living doing this. He's famous for being what's called the batting stance guy. He imitates batting stances of major league players, past and present.
Okay.
He's written books. He's traveled around the world. He's gone to Major League Baseball team banquets. And he's done this. He's a friend of mine.
Yeah, okay.
He's been on Letterman. Okay? He's a San Francisco fan. He lives out there. He came to the game. Got him on the sidelines before the game. Took pictures, right? It was cool. It's snowing. It's cold. His team gets crushed. And he texts me and he says, Sal, my feet are frozen. I can't feel them. It snowed. My team got crushed. And it's still the greatest experience I ever had at a football game.
Wow.
That's how cool that was.
That's Bills Mafia, right?
That's Bills Mafia.
The energy we have. So
yes.
So if obviously everybody here kind of knows a lot about what Bills Mafia is, right? I mean, we're here at MafiaCon. How would you describe Bills Mafia to somebody who has never given a lot of thought, maybe a Bills or maybe an NFL fan, but never given a lot of thought to the Bills? Like, how would you describe what Bills Mafia is, what it means to be a part of it? Like,
so I get asked this by other radio hosts when I go on their show. They don't ask it like that, but it's the same question, which is about the table jumping, or about the viral videos, or about the donations. Like, in some form, they always ask, like, what's up there? Like, what's going on? What's this whole Bills Mafia thing, and why do you do this? And I always try to tell them, I say, listen, there's a word, Bills Mafia, that gets attached to a lot of things that it's not truly about.
Yeah.
But it's really about all of it put together because it takes everybody, right? And I try to explain to them, those videos you see of people being knuckleheads, that's not really what Bills Mafia is. These are Bills fans who are having a good time and sometimes too good of a time. But what the true mark of the Bills Mafia is, it's a family-oriented fan base that gives back to each other and helps each other. And I always say, you know, in Buffalo, I say this to these radio hosts, and we're not New York, we're not Chicago, we're not LA. We're not this big city with all these other distractions and things to do. We love our Bills here. We love our chicken wings. And we love giving back, and we're called the city of good neighbors.
Yep.
And the reason why Bills Mafia has grown isn't because of the person jumping through a table. It's not because of the crazy videos and stories you hear in the parking lot. It's because of how we interact with each other and help each other here. And that's what, to me, Bills Mafia is all about. And I try to give that perspective. It's hard for people who are outside, as you know. You know better than anybody, because there's a certain connotation that comes along with it. People think they don't really think what it's truly about. And I try to make sure, no. Let me tell you what it is all about here and all these things that people do for each other here. We are the city of good neighbors, and not just for each other. Our neighbors are everybody.
Absolutely. Perfectly said. Perfect. It's really a regional thing in a lot of ways, Western New York and giving back. And it's kind of cool to see now with social media how you have these Bills fans who maybe never even lived in Western New York, but now they're picking up on that, like through, I know osmosis is the wrong word, but like just through like the influence of other fans through social media. You have, Kevin Forrest in Grand Island, Nebraska, who had the idea to first donate to Andy Dalton's
that's how it all started,
charity.
right?
Yeah, so it's really cool to see the City of Good Neighbors become the fan base of Good Neighbors.
So I went to Fanatics Fest in New York City a few weeks ago.
I was super jealous of that, by the way.
It was unbelievable. The only reason we went was because we had already planned to go to the Yankees game, and my son Max is a huge card collector, and he's like, Fanatics Fest. So I'm like, all right, so we go to Fanatics Fest. It's great. It's at the Javits Center. I mean, it was thousands of people, right? I am not kidding, everybody, when I say this. The two most represented jerseys, teams that I saw. Yeah, there were a lot of Giants. You're in New York. I'm talking football. It was probably more Yankees than anything, but for football, Bills and Packers.
Yeah.
More Bills and Packers.
The two smallest markets.
Right, and I'm like, why is this? And I thought about it. This goes back to what I just said. We care so much about our teams, and it's a passion. People are going there because they want the memorabilia, the interaction, to share their love of their team with these people. And the jersey that I saw the most of was number 17, Josh Allen.
Absolutely.
Of anybody. I go Italy just now. I just got back last night. And I saw people in Italy just walking around with Josh Allen jerseys. And then we're on this trip, and we were with a bunch of Bills fans, and there was this other group we were with that were not, and we just got thrown together with them. And there was a woman with her two daughters who had both just went to Syracuse, actually, but they live in Boston.
Oh, wow.
So, of course, I have to stand up and talk to the group, and I'm like, yeah, we'll accept you in our group. You're from Boston. And they said to me, yeah, we don't like the Bills, but we love Josh Allen.
Yeah,
that's what they said to me.
My daughter, when she did the college internship for Disney in Florida a couple years ago, same thing. Yeah, I'm not a Bills fan, but I really like Josh Allen. That's what everybody would say to her. So when Christy and I went to the NFL Honors a couple years ago, we walked in like from the red carpet, and you're in the big event space before you go into the auditorium or whatever it is. It's the Chiefs playing the 49ers. This is their game, right? We walk in there. The very first banner we saw walking in the event center, Josh Allen.
Amazing.
The face of the NFL. It's really what he's becoming.
Right.
It's
exactly right. That is a great way to put it. He is now, I think, the face of the NFL in a lot of ways. So, yeah, good for Buffalo to have a guy like this. And he's such a good representative of Buffalo. I do a lot of work, as you do, with Oshai Children's Hospital. And I will tell you, one of the secrets is all the stuff Josh does, it goes well beyond what you see. He's there at times you don't know he's there. Yeah. He's doing things that people don't know about and see, that he's going to visit kids. And that's the cool part too. Like, the guy's genuine, and I love that.
Yeah, these aren't like just like
photo ops.
Photo ops.
It's not just that.
Yeah, no.
That's right.
So, all right, so let's switch gears a little bit. New stadium on deck.
Yeah.
Have you had a chance to go inside to get a tour of it at all yet?
I have, but not since, before the seats started going in and everything. So this had to be last fall, during football season. Some of the media's gone in, and every single time because I'm so busy doing things, I haven't been able to do it. But I was there initially, and I stood right on the field when everything, the bowl was coming together.
Oh, wow.
It was amazing. And then I was there for the topping out ceremony with the final piece of steel, but we didn't go inside that day. But yes, I have been inside. I have gone up and looked over it, but not since it's been kind of where it is now.
Okay. So what you pay pretty close attention, though, obviously. What you know about the new stadium.
Yeah.
What do you think is going to impress people the most that maybe they're not aware of yet?
Okay, I don't know about impress the most, because I think there's going to be, it's going to be so nice. I think everything about it nice. One of the things that's going to be cool that I don't think people realize, because when you go to the games now, you sit in your seat, You want to go to the concession stand, you walk down the tunnel, you turn and you go, and all of a sudden you hear the roar, something happened, you got to go see. This stadium, you can do a 360 and watch the game.
That's amazing, yeah.
So it's like going to a baseball game if you've ever been to like Cleveland or New York, right? Where you're walking the corridors, you have your concession stand here, the game here.
It's fantastic.
And as you walk, you can watch the game. So you want to go meet your friend who's in section 200, you're in section 230, whatever the sections are. Hey, let's meet. You can meet while you watch the game, which is super cool, right?
Yeah, that's
so
fantastic.
I think that part of it is really going to be great.
Such a change. You're not watching the little televisions as you're going through the concourse.
Right, that's exactly right. So I think that's a cool part. I think another cool part for me is I get a lot of people who say to me, yeah, I just, I got to be warm. Like, dude, you can be warm wherever you sit in this stadium. Like, you might not be warm in the moment while you're cheering on your team right here. All it takes is for you to back up and walk about 30, 40 feet, and you're warm.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's a spot for you to be to get out of what you want to get out of or to be in what you want to be in.
Yeah. I'm so excited for this new stadium. I'm still waiting on my stadium experience, just where our section is and everything, but
Wait till you do it.
I can't wait. Old stadium, though. We got 1 year left. What do you think? What are you going to miss the most about the current Highmark? It's kind of weird. They have the same name, Highmark. The current Highmark Stadium.
The charm. I get a unique perspective, and you've been down there, and in the media, so I've been to all but 3 NFL stadiums, current NFL stadiums. The only ones I haven't been to because of COVID that year, Vegas, San Francisco, and Arizona. Okay, didn't travel that year. The thing that makes Buffalo special and unique is that one tunnel. We have that here. You got it in Kansas City. It's really kind of the only one. I think Cincinnati's kind of like that. I think it might be 2, but it might be 1 that separates. I can't remember. But that one tunnel where everybody goes, you need to upgrade it, but it's charm.
Yeah.
Everybody's in and out. You're with all the players. That's where sometimes you got to keep the players away from each other.
I love that.
I always say though, there is literally not a bad seat to watch a game in that stadium. You could sit anywhere in the current stadium, no matter where you're sitting. It's a good spot to watch the game. Yep. You see everything.
I feel like I've sat in every section at this point, over the years between the 300s and 200s and all over the place. It's always been good. But okay, so a couple quick things. We talked about the past. I want to get into the future a little bit. What do you think about this upcoming 2025 schedule? Obviously, the home games are a little front-loaded. Like, what are some of your thoughts on how that schedule could play out for the team?
Well, I think this schedule really sets up for the Bills having an opportunity to do something they have yet to do. Get the 1 seed. That's the one thing they haven't done. They haven't had the 1 seed.
Yep.
And it matters. I know they lost at home in the playoffs twice. I get it. But they also had to play the wild card weekend, those games, right? And that takes a lot out of you. They played Kansas City with A.J. Klein at linebacker. No disrespect to A.J. Klein, but they were missing 3 linebackers that game, right?
Yep.
I mean, they go into these games, it's an extra game on your wear and tear on your body, all
huge.
that. Anyway, the most challenging games they have are truly going to be mostly at home, right? Bengals, Eagles, Ravens, Chiefs. The road schedule is doable, but what I love about it is, from a player and coach perspective, everything is short, East Coast, one game outside the Eastern time zone this year, Houston, and that's in the Central time zone, and it's a night game.
It's fantastic.
That's it. Yep. And coaches and players love that.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of opportunity there. I mean, they were undefeated last year, right, at home.
Yes.
So, I mean, obviously, it's the NFL schedule is kind of like, all right, we're going to raise the bar a little bit. Can you do this again? Here's a couple extra wrinkles.
They got to win that first game, I think, to really feel good about where they are with the Ravens. I know they lost to the Ravens and still finished ahead of them in the schedule last year, the season. But, man, if you lose that game, you kind of feel like you're playing catch-up all year, right?
The whole season long. Yeah, that's the one thing, too. It's amazing how a week 1 game in September can really affect your odds in mid-January.
100%.
So,
yeah.
Okay, we only got a few more minutes left here, so I'm going to switch gears completely off the Bills.
Okay.
One thing we like to do on Mafia Family Ties is talk about chicken wings.
Talk about what?
Chicken wings.
All right.
All right, so favorite spot?
I will have to be partial and say, because all transparency, they are a sponsor of my podcast, Sal's House. And I got my wing like you, but I'm a leg guy. I'm a drum guy. Sports City Pizza Pub.
All right.
Love it. I'm telling you, it's a great spot to watch all the games. They got tons of different kinds of wings, pizza. It's great. So Sports City Pizza Pub, 1407 Niagara Street.
Yeah, he does a great job. He used to have a spot in Kenmore, Bella Roma, I remember.
Yeah.
And that was like my favorite place.
Mike Rizzo, his family, they're great people.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Fantastic. All right, so favorite flavor wing?
I'm a pretty straightforward guy. I just like a nice medium crispy wing. Although I do love the honey barbecue.
Yeah. I think Bar Bill has a pretty good Cajun honey butter or something like that, whatever it is.
Yeah. But I'm a pretty straightforward guy when it comes to wings.
Love it. All right, and what's the most you've ever eaten? Or what's the most you've ever seen eaten? What's the most fun answer out of those two?
I don't know about seen. I mean, I've seen probably people put down 20. I can't do that. I mean, 20 is probably a lot. They've ordered a double order and had them themselves. I couldn't tell you like specifically. One of my first weekends ever back in Buffalo came up. A guy that you know as well, Brian Jopp. Brian, Brian's, Brian and I, he did Out of Bounds, right? The producer of Out of Bounds. I was doing that show. Brian and I went golfing. So we were talking about doing Out of Bounds. Like, hey, let's go play golf. We'll talk about this show we're gonna do. And we went out for wings, and we went to Duff's, I think. And I think him and I together did like 30 wings. And that was a lot for two guys, right?
Yeah.
So I remember the picture, like, I can't believe how many wings I just ate.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, I always remember that.
So, yeah, I always loved that Out of Bounds show. You had some pretty good guests over the years through that, too. I think Boobie Dixon was on there once. And
Out of Bounds was a great show.
Yeah.
Great show. Things have changed a lot over the years, and the way that access is done, the way that the players have their own shows, and all those kinds of things, right? You know what I mean. Yeah, we used to, we had Fitz on right after the New England game. Like that week.
Oh, my gosh.
Beat him in
What was that, 2011, week 3?
Yeah. Like that week, it was, we had Fitz on the week they beat I think the Raiders the week before, and then Fred Jackson on the week they beat the Patriots, because I remember this specifically. There's a picture of Fred Jackson's knee hitting before he went in the end zone. Remember how everybody said, oh yeah, that's great, because they could run out the clock? And I said, Fred, aren't you glad your knee hit? He goes, no, I wanted to score.
At the end of the day, right? Like, it's good. Appreciate the transparency.
Yeah, that's exactly right. But Out of Bounds was a great show. Lorenzo was a co-host of mine.
Oh, yeah.
He was amazing.
Yeah, he's the best.
Donald Jones was a co-host. Eddie Yarborough was a co-host.
Yep.
We had some really good guys.
That's awesome. Well, listen, Sal, thank you for taking time here. I really appreciate it. This has been great. I know you did a lot of work with Zach today.
I was blown away by what I saw here today. So I just want to put it out there for everybody. Get here next year, because it's going to keep growing and get bigger and better. Can't wait to be a part of it. Thanks for all you do, buddy. Seriously.
Oh, man. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
All right.
Ready for Bills camp now.
Let's go. Let's do it.